The first track we will be heading towards is Toivored 2. So let's go to that track with our webcams.
See everybody on Toyeka.
And okay. So yeah, everyone is on Yeka, and Fam gets off to a good start ahead of Alma and Frost. And BGM having difficulties in the back. So Frost and Fam are, I think, two decent drivers who have a good chance at like winning this whole event, and they already have the top two positions. They,
Right.
I think, on paper they have the most endurance wins between the two of them.
And y'all actually didn't see it in the chat, but Laggy Rock and Dolo had they had some history that would lead the two of them to be considered rivals. So they are actually in third and fourth, battling it out. Yeah, he's being blocked by Laggy Rock. It does seem like Dolo has a better line. He's kind of slingshot past him right there. 2-meter advantage.
You have to know where to not hit the wall in order to not crash, and at what angle, as Alma demonstrated, because he hit it at a quite bad angle and almost spun because of that. And now Kiki is right on the back of him and next to him, having the inside line, being able to block, and now Kiki's ahead, running fifth. Not anymore.
Yeah, Ama with I wouldn't say that was an intentional hit. Does.
Oh, and Nick losing a lot of time in that left turn. Kiki almost being able to pass. Is he gonna try a dive bomb? I don't think it's worth it in lap 15. So the thing is, you can lose a bunch of time with it. It might make sense on the final lap. They are also coming up on Sebar. And someone else, that's Lager actually. Did you see if Lager had difficulties with Seb or...
Yeah, no, I actually didn't see that. I was looking at the huge gaps up until like 12th place.
Oh.
Big fight going on.
Nick
though.
trying to overtake Amma! Oh, sliding around in a very interesting way there. Losing quite a bit of time, and now Kiki's behind Amma. And Sab is not gonna let him by. Of course, Nick stated in the rules. Oh wow, so if you see them going through the train wheels, it's because of a bit of desing.
In the meantime, Laggy Rock is only a couple meters ahead of this group of three. I mean, they've really caught up to him. They're all three in this narrow line, and I was worried about Kiki. Kiki does get spun around, now 12 meters behind Nick, and that group of three has broken up a bit, although it's a new group of three. Laggy Rock, Amma, and Nick are in.
Yeah, Oh, Nick is now going around Amma with a wallbang. He got really lucky he didn't hit him actually. I don't think he could prepare for that. Of course, skills were probably involved there.
Trying to pass. Laggy Rock not going to be able to do so here.
Oh, he was almost side by side. But Lager was still like half a car length ahead. So the front wheels of Lager were ahead of the front wheels of Nick, and it's still somewhat blockable, especially with some lag involved. Lager again able to block. Yeah, it's very much a status quo between the two of them up there. If either of them makes a mistake, that will completely break it, because I think they've been driving mistakely as Nick passes Lager. And Alma passes Lager, because the way they took that turn, I think Nick pushed Lager into that wall. Yeah, there's two fights to watch out for at the moment. It's the one between Frost and Dolo. And as we say that, Dolo overtakes Frost. Yeah, like I've said, Dolo has this track down. Oh, and I was gonna switch positions to the first few, but as I was switching, Nick ran into an issue. So Amma and Lager are getting closer to him.
Did we see...
Sorry?
Frost just passed Dolo.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Dolo must have made a mistake because Bam is now 65 meters ahead of both of them.
Has to
Frost
be
5
because
meters
there
ahead of
were
Dolo.
more than 10 meters between the two of them, and Dolo did have the pace as we were saying.
Yeah,
So it had to have been a mistake.
third for Dolo. Fourth for Nick right now, but he could drop further. Laggy Rock has passed Ama. And Ama actually passed by Kiki right there as well. And Laggy
Oh, I
Rock
didn't miss
challenging
that.
Nick.
Oh no.
As we look ahead, Dolo has wrecked. Dolo made a massive wreck. Dolo is now 80 meters behind Nick. It looked like he got completely turned around. He's dropping further back. Yeah, about 50 meters ahead. Oh, and Nick
Nick
wrecks.
with the big
Stepper up
mistake.
ahead. Yeah.
Gets passed by
Um,
3 people. All 3 who were close in that battle. Kiki was ahead of Alma, and the two of them were in were fighting. And now Kiki is already at the back of Lager and has the inside line. But
but
Lager
it
with the
didn't
over
work.
under managing to keep
Wow.
that fourth position.
What? I have no idea how he managed to hold on there, and he even gets boosted by Kiki going for a little
It
bit.
seemed like a
Not
late
much of a deal.
decision by Kiki.
And they're at 0 meters. Kiki is almost as if his car is faster at this point. Really, just I mean, in parts that look like almost identical lines, he just needs to get this edge over Laggy Rock.
Alma losing some distance behind him, I believe. Oh, and Kiki
Boosting
basically
Lager,
hitting
huh?
the back of Lager on that wallbang again. Oh, Kiki looked a bit like he was gonna dive bomb, but he chose not to do that in the end. Here he will dive bomb though. Yeah, Dolo definitely get closer. I think Frost must have made a mistake. And Frost is further away from Fam as well, I believe. So one more mistake by him, and Dolo's right there. Unless Dolo's also making mistakes.
Looking a bit shaky. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh no! Another mistake and losing quite a bit of distance.
Now, I was looking at Ama and Nick a little bit. Nick ahead of Ama. They seem to be about 30 meters from each other.
But now Amma with a mistake, and BGM is closer to him now than Nick.
BGM has stayed super competitive despite being in 8th for the majority of this race.
Yeah, it definitely expanded, so I think BGM also ran into some kind of problem. And now Amma is the one with it, so 15 meters. Amma can probably hear the engine sound of BGM, and
Whoa.
if he was to honk, BGM is definitely
yeah.
within honking distance.
For sure. Definitely within honking distance here. Running out of time here, we may see someone's concentration break on the final lap here. And it's hard to know who it's going to be. We usually don't see this many ticking bombs on the final laps. It's usually quite settled by lap 56.
Oh,
But
and
in
Lager
this
with the
case-
mistake, so Nick is gonna be overtaking him on the second to last lap.
Wow. Dolo, 20 meters ahead of Kiki in the final turns. Nick, 15 ahead of Laggy Rock.
No,
Amma.
seems like he'll be able to finish third.
Nick looks good.
There's still a few turns left. It's 10 meters. He has to complete
We
his
saw him
walls,
wreck here earlier. Looking good though.
and it seems
And
like Amma
wow,
will finish 7th.
none of them came to fruition.
So, yeah, Fem with the 35 points, best lap plus race win. That's a really strong start. And hopefully all players will have fun in this race, which is starting now. And
Go away.
BGM with the
There
lead in
we
front of
go.
Cuber, someone flying away there. That was Powerade.
Had to be one. BGM and G, the RVA brothers.
I think Cubers had an early lead, or at least maybe second position. And he's falling behind, so maybe that created a bit of gap between the top 2 and the rest of the field.
So BGM and G getting off early lead doesn't particularly surprised me. I do believe there was a bit of luck involved. He getting his skirt right on by BGM and 20
Oh,
meters
and
between anybody
behind
else.
them, Lager crashed out, but he's still closely following. But that
Oh,
was quite a mistake. It's not a huge loss, but it's
and
just enough to put a bit less pressure on G.
Frost went to the left of the pole. Amma went on the right. Frost passed up Amma, but then he got cut on the rocks. I guess the stairway, the rocky stairway. So he fell back into fifth, but was momentarily in fourth there with a nice overtake on G
Yeah, both
first.
Frost and Fam are
Second.
potentially on comeback drives here, but it is an endurance race, so they have
Woo!
time. And Frost will be overtaking
Wow.
Alma on the stairs.
Pretty sizably faster route on the left side of the pole. And it's going to bite him.
Players can drive fairly consistently here, I think. So I wonder if Fam will be able to make any kind of a comeback here. Oh, I see it's that inside wall and One goes by. So Fam is only losing places at the moment.
Well, get
as
ready.
Frost
Yeah,
is
there he
getting
goes again.
closer to the front, possibly.
Not sure if you caught it. Famous with the overtake. We saw this the last lap too. One was actually ahead of Famous.
Oh, they
Uh,
both mess up. I missed the
oh
overtake of
no.
Fam because I was switching to the
Well,
front.
you might
But
see it once again when they get to that wall ride section again. Well, there's the
yeah,
overtake.
that's a
Baby.
famous.
Hey!
Oh no, Famous is having the race of his nightmares.
Yes,
So far.
absolutely. Nick was at 0 meters away from BGM. And they're both within vision of G. And Nick skates right by. It
Oh,
295 versus 511.
oh,
G,
BGM with a crash,
noticeably different, or noticeably worse best lap over Nick.
and then look at Frost. Fam had a strong, really strong first race, points wise. He maximized the points there. But he's not running well, and this is a good chance at a comeback, but Frost will be running into a crash there.
He's gonna be fighting with One.
Oh, there's someone else making a mistake there, maybe Lager? I was switching positions and I saw someone off the track, but now Lager, Oday and Fam are back together. I mean, Fam and Oday are back together, Lager is joining them possibly, and we could see a
Yeah,
dive bomb again. So
absolutely.
it's the next U-turn that's the favorite spot for such dive bombs. Ona is already sticking the inside, but it's too far. And not gonna be able to go through with it.
Yeah.
It's still 50 milliseconds between the two of them. Gee, running into a big issue. Hitting the column, but Nick will be crashing at the
Wow.
stairs.
And there's Frost.
So there's
There's
two
Frost.
there's two late changes in 5 seconds. After none in quite a while. And Frost has arrived at Nick. Trying to take second now. Will he go for the dive bomb in the U-turn? Now he boosted Nick a bit further, but he has a really good left-hander there. And oh, he took that dive bomb very interestingly. He will be taking this one though. And he will be taking that one better.
But that looks to be the closest battle. Not quite. Dolo catching Amma almost. And Laggy Rock chasing Bam back down of all. So Bam seems to have potentially wrecked again.
Alma going for that, I mean, I don't think he was going for that, but he jumped onto the star section. Dear Alma, I don't think there are pickups enabled here, but it's a nice try. He passes back Dolo as he makes a mistake.
Oh, wiggle room there. Dolo has wrecked. Dolo's been passed by Power 8. He does block him a little bit. Power 8 now moves into ninth. Monet and Famous.
Well, they are 50 meters apart. Not anymore!
Oh, nay.
You basically called that crash, I see.
With the tap. Yep, I sure did.
And Fam having more momentum and acceleration for the exit, but Onai with the block. It's very close to 41, and oh, is it close enough for the dive bomb? And even if it isn't, we'll go for it. Oh my, he's gonna actually hit the wall there, and Onai makes a mistake. He can go for the dive bomb here.
Come on.
What's going on between the two of them in this race? I think they're having a lot of fun.
And the wall ride section, Frost and Nick, nothing
Oh,
too major.
Fam, is he gonna Not yet,
We've
but
seen
he
it
is
happen
gonna have
before.
to. One going for the block.
Hey!
Wonderful defense.
Famous and One.
50
It
meters.
continues. The saga continues. They do both
Yeah,
have
Fem
quite
did
a
pass
good
One
lap.
after all that. So. Wow. But as we're talking about that, Frost is catching up to
Ooh.
G.
Yeah.
And it's less than 5 meters between the two of them. We could maybe see a dive bomb in the U-turn, although with the ping, I'm not sure Frost will be brave enough to go for that. Oh, but the stairs! The stairs! And Frost is having a horrible recovery.
Right. It seems to
But
me like
G-
maybe he was. Yeah, he's not that far ahead.
Yeah, G ran into some kind of mistake.
A little bit on his calculation. Not really sure what happened to him.
Oh,
Nick
now
tried to take
Nick
that
with the
string
mistake. Is
way
Frost gonna dive bomb? No dive bomb here. Is he gonna go for it here? No.
Nope.
Oh, but he might have enough. No, not enough momentum.
Famous and One, the saga has continued again, picked up where it left off. Battle for fifth, sixth.
And Nick makes a mistake at the staircase by
Hmm.
hitting the outside wall, so now he is in third. And as for Famous and One, yeah, which one of them was 50 meters ahead? Was it Fem? So it was
Fam.
Fem
was.
losing 50 meters.
Yeah, but he really knows this track. We haven't seen him make any mistakes. at
One
all.
going for the inside line on the stairs.
Eh,
Sorry
gets
to
it.
interrupt, but
no, absolutely.
he gets Fem. Fem, do we expect him to? Oh, he might not
It's
even have to wait for the
pressure's
dive
on.
bomb.
Oh.
So One is gonna be protecting it, so he might not wanna go for that.
We've seen him.
Yeah, he's
I'm
protecting it
telling
here.
you.
And
Hey!
he's still able to go by.
G has crashed. He was able
Oh,
to do a
no.
full recovery, but Frost
Is he
now
gonna
in
go
first
for the
place.
dive bomb here with the ping? Again, it's not the best idea, probably.
And we saw G complaining about dive bomb in the lobby, so to see him go for it, that does kind of feel in because.
Oh, and Tuber's trying to get out of the way and basically riding the wall for it. And there was
I don't know
just
if
enough
you
space, but they
thought
were using that wide line, and just like that, Frost matches up, and it's now Nick behind G chasing for the lead. Oh wow, G seems to be hitting the wall, but it's only because of the lag. And Nick
And he
again
goes
going for the
for it.
stairs. Oh,
He
and G
pushes
making a
him.
mistake.
Yeah, it's not really as much of a push as G just feeling the pressure there.
Yeah, on one hand they might be exhausted, but the battle probably motivates them. Frost
Yep.
rushes G a bit with a bit of bump there, I think.
Yeah.
And now he's in second. Frost definitely had the pace in that turn. He was taking the stairs, and that benefited him. He was gonna go by, and G happened to be there on the outside. They're closer to each other than the leaders, but also we've seen that the leaders can make a mistake anytime, which could result in a lead change. The same goes for One, of course, which would make a position change here. And Saber crashes right in front of him.
G is only 5 meters behind Nick, and Nick has got to be feeling some pressure because he has made some mistakes. I think he's going to continue to take the stairway, but it's proven to be a pretty big issue for him. And
Oh,
trying not to run
Dolo
into Dolo.
crashes into G.
Yeah.
Nick barely avoided him.
Bam passes BGM in an insane nosedive. I don't know if you caught that, but oh my god. He 100% YOLO'd it.
Yeah, unless...
One and Laggy Rock still up on the table, but the main event here, it continues to be Nick versus G as they head into their very final lap. There's still much left up in the air. It's been quite a while. We're approaching 40 minutes of Helios. As you see on the race timer, 39, and
Oh,
G has
geez,
had a
small
bit of a
mistake.
wreck,
Yeah, small mistake with those bombs.
but and he hits Ama.
I was trying to get out of the way, but
yeah.
as such, he got in the way actually. And Frost, who we've not been talking about much in the last few laps, wins the
Right.
race and gains back a lot of points on Fem.
Yeah, The closest race now seems to be One and Laggy Rock, as well as Dolo and Powerade.
Yeah, well,
Powerade,
closest meaning 70 meters. I think most of these
yeah,
battles are settled by now.
yeah. And Frost actually does have the best lap, I think. We were wrong in that. Um, Shout out to the new scene over at Game Room 2. But we got it updated. Lovely. Frost in first place by a mere 2 points. And then Famous in second with 54 points. Got a nice best lap. But we are, the host is restarting. We should be
Yes,
synchronizing, and we're
I
headed
do
into Game Room
think G
2.
has a high potential at like a fourth spot, especially if Dolo doesn't have the track. And Powerade will be with the early lead because of the good positions. Quite a few people have disconnected between the previous race and this
Yeah,
one.
I have
Might be
no
exhaustion, might
idea.
be lack of track knowledge, I don't think it's generally dislike of track. This is a well
Is
liked
this the rage
race.
quit we've been waiting for? I do believe it is.
You keep bringing up the rage quit,
Well,
but I don't think it's the rage
you know,
quit. He's caught up with Nick. This is a track where I'm not sure about the power, the dynamics of and who's stronger on paper even, because wow. Yeah, it's the fight for second. That's one of the closest on the field. G is struggling so far in this race compared to the previous one. I wonder how much he knows. It's like Fam crashes from the lead as I switch the G for a second,
Yeah.
and Nick crashes as well. So now Frost is in the lead. And as we've seen, there's only 2 points between the two of them. I don't think he
Famous
track. Where is Fam going?
playing games. He wanted to take a little arcade game room stop, and he's going to be losing 2 positions on the back of it. G taking that turn too early on the U-turn section, and he's going to be falling back.
G still about 50 meters behind. Lager lost out to Powerade. Is now behind him.
Yeah, and Laggy Rock actually, I think he just got a new best lap. He was in the 38s before this, so he's been quite a bit slower as far as best lap go.
Yeah,
but
seems
he's
like
been in this battle.
It does seem like
G
his best lap was his previous one. What happened to G?
Famous got caught up in the boxes area with
Oh yeah,
the ramp.
G
like,
was
the storage
behind,
area.
right?
Yeah, so
Oh my, it's
he
40 meters.
fell a lot. I mean, it was more than 40 meters because G caught up with him and then passed him and now has 40 meters over him. So
I feel like if I was in that place, I'd be scared whenever I see that car of 7.
oh yeah. I mean, anybody that you're lapping, you like, I know I'm gonna pass them up. I really hope that they'll just let me pass and not be a big issue.
Oh, Powerade crashing into meantime. Oh, Powerade hitting the guardrail. On the other end, Powerade has not made a mistake yet. And he got a bit closer to Lager, like 5 meters in 2 laps. So if they both keep up this pace, Powerade will be catching Lager at some point. We don't have an AWS battle predictor, but I think we can safely say that it's within a few laps, especially with a U-turn like that from Powerade. It got like 10 meters in that lap.
Yeah, this is really the only race at the moment. Laggy Rock versus Powerade. Everything else is so quiet right now.
Powerade is getting closer, inching closer in every turn. You can see him being faster. I think Lager lost a bit of space because Powerade definitely didn't run the best lap. And Powerade now has the inside line, but not quite far enough ahead. He's gonna take the inside, and without even pushing Lager into the wall, he manages to make that turn. That's incredible. How did they not wreck there? Lager kind of maintaining that distance at the moment.
He really is. I mean, it looks like Powerade is getting
And
by.
just to say that, I think we cursed him.
We're probably gonna see it happen again. He's only about 20 meters behind Laggy Rock. Has a better pace. from what we've seen. Maybe doesn't have the better consistency. Laggy
And
Rock.
now
Right.
Lager in the same section of the track. Power also crashed on a U-turn. So
It's
now
such
they're
a
back together and
deceptively.
Power
Yeah.
still possibly has the better pace.
Yeah, it's such a deceptively simple part of the track. I mean, it's literally just a U-turn. You do it on Supermarket
Oh,
1 all the time.
Lager! What kind of a crash was
Yeah,
that?
not sure what happened there either. Maybe on the bar stools. But Frost seems to have made another mistake. Nick is now touching Frost.
Yeah, the fight for the lead is back on. It's now 1 meter. Nick could be looking for an overtaking opportunity somewhere. He loses a bit of gap though. He's not within a dive bomb range. He can't make a move from all the way back here. Is close enough that Frost feels the pressure though. Oh, Nick with the mistake now, hitting the
Wow.
inside wall there. I think it's... Is it the same spot that Frost messed up?
Uh, Super high standard that we're holding him to. But despite having the best lap, he's our first under 36 actually. He's at 36.981.
Yeah,
And
he might be tired or something. Cuber's getting out of the way of Nick. And Nick basically catching Frost.
wow. Yeah. Uh, Powerade actually fell behind Laggy Rock. I'm not sure when that happened, but
Oh wow, I
uh,
saw that Lagiro got a bit closer at some point, but it has to have been a mistake from Powerade for this to happen. Yeah, they are the closest on the track, and Powerade has gained a bit of ground. He still has 7 laps for this. So even if again he's catching him slow, I think we've seen this once before already in this race. Powerade was like 20 meters behind and was slowly gaining meters, and then 1 lap he...
Laggy
Oh!
Rock wreck.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be the
Yeah.
same scenario, because Lager just gets out of the way like that.
Hmm,
Oh, and Lager is not that far behind Powerade still, so that's still the
really
battle to
not.
watch out for. It's below 10 meters. And Powerade is running into the inside wall there, losing
Ooh.
more than 20 meters.
Oh. Alright, so it does look like Frost, Nick, G is going to be our podium for Game Room 2. Quite an uneventful, I mean, considering this is a place where many events happen in the Game Room. It was quite an uneventful finish, but Laggy Rock versus Powerade is anything
Oh,
but
Powerade
uneventful.
hitting the inside
Ugh.
wall. He was having such a good line, he wasn't gonna catch any airtime. But the wall was in the way, so that's
Yeah.
not a great line in the end. And that kind
Laggy
of
Rock's gonna have to finish it though, and he does indeed. That is gonna be it.
I got scared at that final turn because
Wow.
I thought he was gonna crash from the wall bank.
87 points for Frostbitten, 77 for Famous, 61 for Nick. Our podium is looking pretty locked in.
You can gain 5 points over second in race results and 4 points in best lap. So if Frost gets 3rd place and Fem wins and Fem gets best lap, then Fem would win. But as I've been saying all along this event, Frost has the advantage on the final track. Good luck, have fun. Is it 8 racers remaining? BGM is back.
Okay. Maybe he didn't have Game Room. I found that hard to believe, but maybe he didn't. Maybe he just didn't know
I
it,
will be
like, didn't
keeping an
wanna
eye
do
out on the points table. So BGM actually with a good start on the Hummer.
it. On the Hummer.
Has a good
Yeah.
acceleration. I think he should have game room. Maybe he had to go somewhere. Maybe he
Ah,
just didn't
okay,
like the
okay.
track, or he just wanted to take a break. And now he's falling back after good acceleration at the start.
Yeah. And Nick and Powerade now battling for first.
Yeah,
Powerade looks like he's hitting it way better. It didn't ultimately amount to much for Powerade looked really smooth
Oh,
with
he
those
almost
jumps.
got a bit of a dive bomb on Nick. He could have kept
Ah,
going and could have
there he
turned it in, I
goes.
think. But then, in the next U-turn, he
Push into
really got
those.
messed up
Yeah,
by the inside.
yeah. I don't even know what to call those things. Still, I definitely should have looked up what those things are.
He
Um,
quite literally hit the apex. So it wouldn't be enough to just beat Lager for Powerade by. So if Powerade beats Lager by one position and it's fifth, that shouldn't be enough. There was a mistake by Nick, a huge mistake getting stuck in
R.I.P.
that
to your entire
dirty,
race.
very dirty snow. He was running first, I believe.
Yeah. Um, yeah, that has got to suck if you're Nick. I don't know how you find mental composure at that point when something like that happens to you. He's still had a BGM trying to pass tubers.
And Fem running right there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame. We
And fight
famous on
back.
the inside there.
You can
It does
see
pass
them
him
in
up.
that section, in that bank turn, going very much on the left. You don't want to catch airtime there because you want to maintain your momentum.
Mm.
And if you can
Frost
keep
going
your
pretty
wheels on the
wide.
road, of course, you'll be able to accelerate still. Unlike if you catch airtime. Frost very close, although lost a bit of gap there. G with an
Ooh!
interesting issue. Did he hit the
Yeah.
ramp in a weird way? And Frost and Fem are in the fight for the lead.
Yeah.
And Frost trying an over under has the better momentum, but Fem manages to block it. Fem with the better best lap as well. He's gonna fight tooth and nail for this, I think.
That
Maybe we,
0.777.
maybe I.
Power 8 has been passed up by Nick. Very close by though, and Nick wrecks and has to repo. BGM gonna be
Oh, I was
fine
looking
with
at
him.
Frost and Fem for a lot of it.
Yeah, just a quick wreck. Getting caught up on that little flagpole with no pole, the flag. I really need to just look up a dictionary definition. We've seen time and time again how detrimental they are. Frost, though, having some serious issues on those bank jumps.
And
That
again,
we talked.
Fem still has the best lap, and now a big gap.
Yeah,
It's only 10 laps into the 56 lap race, so that
a
doesn't
whole
mean too
lot
much.
left to go. Yeah,
Yeah,
Harry,
quite
Nick still
similar.
fighting. Nick has been kept back quite a few positions here, and I don't think it will impact standings too much.
His best lap might impact points.
And actually, something we didn't talk about is now that BGM's back in this race, BGM might be able to pass up a couple people um, based on his finish here. We're not entirely sure.
And Nick managed to get by Powerade.
Yeah.
And the best laps are Fem, Nick, Frost, G, Lager, and I believe the top 5 get points for it.
Okay. Famous wrecked on the flap of death.
Oh no,
And
and
Frost has passed him up.
it was just enough for Frost to catch him. Now they're still right behind each other.
What a gap that was, too, that Frost was able to overcome.
Yeah, they are
so
really
detrimental.
killers.
Yeah.
And Frost with the
Frost
crash at the
again.
chicane.
That's actually,
Or
yeah,
S.
the chicane.
Is it the chicane? Is it rather called S's? I don't know. But
The
Frost
little
crashed
S
there.
jumps, we can call them. And yeah, he's wrecked there. He's the only person that I have personally seen in the top 4 wreck there.
And Lager is not that far behind from Frost either. Frost, running quite high on that entrance of the banking. It looked like he actually touched the dirtier part. To me.
Yeah. And G is trying to get around Sever, but he's really struggling. Sever goes off into a thick snow, gets back in, and
keeps running.
right, yeah, I mean his bumper is literally on top of the front of G's car. But he does eventually move out of the way for him. Bam and G handle it quite well. Frost runs up onto the side and actually gets caught up on the fence a little bit. It was a
Position
minor
6.
mistake.
Position 6.
Mm.
BGM and Nick.
That's not good if you're Nick. I mean, I guess he's not really in any points danger here, but he's definitely not going to be able to get first or second with a 7th place finish here. He's not going to be able to do it with the 6th place finish either. He's going to need to get past
And
BGM.
he's actually quite a bit behind. He really needs a win for that.
Frost is back down, and this time it was on that bank jump that you referred to earlier. He gets passed by Laggy Rock, and he almost falls over on the S jumps as well.
So would this put Fam in the lead? Oh no, I don't know, because Frost has a 37.5 now. Fam with the 37.6. So Frost has a better best lap. That would give him 4 points. But Fam gains 12 on the positions.
If I can
That's
just
only
say for a
8.
second. Right. Okay. Yes, that is one thing that we do know. Another thing that we do know is that G is now within 20 meters of Famous and has been pretty consistently for a bit now. So 2 pretty consequential battles going on versus 2nd and 3rd and 4th. And it's so enjoyable to see. I really can't emphasize enough how often in endurance races I find myself like 1st, 2nd, and 3rd are a very large distance away from each other. And, well, really a lot of people are. But it's just been so much
Frost is
consistent
right behind Lager, who hits
battling here.
the flat.
Yeah, gets a little bit thrown off there. I actually don't really know what led up to that. He looked good on my screen.
They probably can still beat that 37.5. I expect that to be beaten. Fam
Ooh.
makes a mistake.
Yeah. So those 2 are battling. I did have something else I was going to say, but I think we got to table that for now. G in that heavy snow for just a little bit. Famous holding on to that advantage over G, at least for now. He's
Also,
only
my
8 meters
apologies.
ahead.
I believe the timing has not really been working this race,
Oh.
but now it should be. And it's again around a constant gap between the 2 of them. But what Fem really needs is a best lap that beats Frost's one. Because Fem gains 9 points based on the results like this. And it's 10 points between the 2 of them, and Frost even has a better best lap. The best lap is an important part there. It has quite similar turns all around, it all looks the same. And I think that has hit us some part of fatigue. They will be showing the best laps on the stream. So it is Frost with the best lap and Fem behind, then G. So yeah, Fem needs to better his best lap by more than 0.1 of a second. That's how he has a chance to beat Frost in the points.
Okay. Alright.
It's a race of best laps at the moment. But G is also pressuring him. Well, the one good thing from G disconnecting would be less pressure. But that wouldn't really make up for the fact that it guaranteed. That would guarantee him losing the session. G is not able to get any closer until Fam makes that mistake.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of those minor mistakes that you're referring to that can happen on this track. But even a minor mistake at the distance that G was from, it's going to seriously close the gap. Well, to answer another question, well, it's going to have to be put on hold for just a second. G, a massive wreck, that's going to account for at least 50 meters.
But
He's
also
very
Frost gets
close to
by,
Frost.
which is more
Yeah.
important here.
Yes. Yes. We'll see if Frost is able to hold on to it for the remaining 16 laps.
But G is close. His curve was basically halfway upside down. But he managed to keep going. I wonder how much of that was lag.
Rex, though.
Yeah, Jesus
So.
loses out on 20 meters as a result of
So.
this.
Frost scared me just a little bit on some of those turns, but he does make it around those
He
flaps.
did lose some gap to G.
Yeah.
Still has that .638. He's free to go for best lap at this point, but he might not know what Frost has. He might not know what others have.
And I'll remind you, they have passed the 200 lap point. So in this session, over 200 laps have already been raced at this point, which is just a huge number to be continuously doing. So we could see some loss to focus.
Yeah, and also
Distraction.
Fem has basically been bleeding all day long, but that doesn't mean anything if he messes up at this point,
Mhm.
because it's still only 50 meters. That's one or two mistakes, but Frost is the one with the mistake, and now G is getting closer.
It's an unexpected part of the track to have a mistake on, but it's exactly what I was literally just referring to. The mental fatigue setting in, places where you wouldn't really normally expect someone to wreck. They're now wrecking, and now they've got to deal with these S jumps. He does manage to do it quite well, but G only 10 meters away.
Remember, to the best of our knowledge, Fem can win this based on two conditions. That Frost gets third, and Fem gets best lap of the race.
Okay, okay. And he's actually does not have the best lap right now.
He doesn't have the
Um,
best lap, and Frost is running second, so it's not looking good
yeah,
for him.
yeah.
Also, Killam mentioned Frost is going for best lap now. Maybe he tried the time trial start, because I didn't notice it, but this is a good lap, not good enough to be the best lap though.
Okay, okay.
Next up, oh, Fam
Oh!
made a mistake. It's only 20 meters. G also ran into an issue. It's now Cuber's going a lap down. Might not even be the first lap. He's getting out of the way. He did everything he could. Even crashing into the wall.
And Fam only has 3 more tries at the best lap time, too. He's still at that .638. I'm not sure if he's improved on that since we last checked, but he's definitely hasn't changed from being a .6 at least.
It just did a .610.
Yeah, it's
in
not enough.
that
He's
lap.
gonna need about 100 more milliseconds on top of that to be
Not
able to
enough,
do it. He's only
but
got 2 laps to do it.
It definitely seems like he's trying his best now. Frost
And
being right behind.
G is also 50 meters behind, but if Frost is going for that best lap and he messes up, he could lose 50 meters. So it's really going to come down to the wire. If Frost is going to have to
Is he going for the
down.
best lap though when he sees Fem right ahead of him? Like, it's less than 10 meters.
There we go!
Making a
I
big
called
mistake.
that!
You curse him. You curse him.
Okay.
It's now 16 meters between G and Frost.
It could have been a lot worse. Frost did an incredible job at recovering from that. This is their final lap. Fam is going to need to have a perfect lap right here on lap 56 of 56, and Frost is going to need to fall back another 10 meters. We'll see.
Remember the previous.
And Fam wrecks. Fam
So
wrecks. That is
he's
not
not
going to be
getting
a
the
best
best
lap
lap.
for him.
And
Well.
if he makes another mistake, he's also not winning the race. But it seems like he's gonna be able to pull off the race win at least.
Yeah, G's super close behind. I guess G's going to immediately head out now. Laggy Rock with a nice advantage over Powerade as they head through their final turns. And BGM and Powerade were battling, but BGM wrecked on one of those dreaded flaps, and now he has fallen back as well. So that's going to pretty much be wrapping up our endurance race. The rest of them are going to finish it
You
out
say
here.
that, but it's a few laps to go for the last place
Right,
finisher.
right, yes, yes, yes.
And there we have it. It's 117 points for Frost, who wins the
Yeah.
event, according
Yes.
to our points calculations.
According to our personal points calculations, what I've found to usually be pretty accurate, it does look like it's going to be going to Frost for that victory. Famous in second place with 108. Nick with 72 in that third place. And G, who missed the first race, in a very convincing fourth place with 55 points.
Because we'll be ending the stream now. See you.
Bye.